Full Coverage, your favorite podcast with your favorite hosts, Manny
and Laura V.
And we are back again.
Yeah, baby.
We are back here. Did you guys miss us?
Did you miss us? They're like, fuck no.
I would say fuck no, but I got so many DMs that were like, where are you?
I didn't want to tell you this, but you were getting read to filth in my DMs.
Oh, I was too. No, they were reading me to filth in my own
you
DMs.
were sick because technically
I was
is.
sick.
And when they saw we were in Florida, they were like, okay.
I got the same ones. I got the same ones. But the thing, so this is the thing. As we have told you many a times, we film on Tuesday. We left for Florida Thursday. So I had gotten those extra days to heal. And even on Florida, I took Dayquil every single day and Sudafed every single day just to make sure I was like, you might not have known that, but I was taking those things every single day, except for my congestion. But yeah, sorry we missed last week. I was really sick, but we are back. I'm here. I'm still congested, but I feel completely fine.
Do you see, like, I was raging at Stagecoach. And he was on his deathbed.
You guys, I was on my deathbed while Laura was having so much fun at Stagecoach.
He was.
And I was living vicariously through her on your story. Oh my God, the fact that you also went to Stagecoach last week.
Girl.
What an eventful last 2 weeks that we've had, actually.
It's been a time.
It's been like, you're like, I'm tired.
I want you to know I have not even unpacked from Stagecoach.
You're lying.
No.
I mean, how could you? You literally had like no time in between. You had maybe, 3 days?
I am literally digging through so much shit, like bags and bags to find anything.
Just trying to find shit. Like,
every piece of jewelry, like makeup I'm wearing is things that I have found. You know, just like you just find certain things. You're like, that'll work.
You're like, that's great. That works perfectly.
That's great. So,
I mean, look, like these can use Stagecoach. Like these can be given Stagecoach.
These were in the Stagecoach luggage. And
Hell
they were
yeah.
laying there. I was like, we'll wear the boot.
Wearing them.
We'll wear the boot. We'll wear the boot.
Thank you so much to Bond Charge for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. You guys, Bond Charge is a holistic wellness brand with a huge range of evidence-based products to optimize your life in every single way. It's founded in science, inspired by nature. There are so many things on their site that are so good for recovering, for balancing hormones, for reducing inflammation. You guys, Bond Charge products help you naturally address the issues of your modern day way of life effortlessly with maximum impact. You guys can go to bondcharge.com and use coupon code FULL to save 15% off. That's BONCHARGE.com and use coupon code FULL to save 15% off on Bond Charge.
Thank you to ZocDoc for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. ZocDoc is the place where you can find and book doctors who will make you feel comfortable and actually listen to you. And we're not talking about a few. We're talking tens of thousands of doctors who are verified, patient reviewed, so you can make sure the vibes are vibing before you meet in real life. With ZocDoc, you'll get more options than you know. Go to ZocDoc.com/full and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/full. ZocDoc.com/full. Thank you to Shopify for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. Switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell, online, in person, or on social media and beyond. You guys can sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/full coverage. That's all lowercase. That's 1 month for just $1 at shopify.com/full coverage. Shopify.com/full coverage. Cha-ching.
I love you guys. So today we're going to talk about the Kendrick Drake saga that just seems to be continuing continuously, and the Met. Because that just happened last night.
We love to watch rich people play dress up.
We do, in fact, love to watch it. And I love to shred as if I'm on Drag Race.
Yes, you do.
I love to. I swear I'm on Drag Race. And I'm like the judge to be judging outfits as if like I know anything.
You think you're Michelle Visage.
I do think I'm Michelle and you're RuPaul.
And nothing was said.
Like this.
Yes.
With the wave.
It's actually the opposite. I act like Michelle and you act like Ruth.
100%.
You know, you
and
have
I'm like,
the Manny laugh, and I'm literally looking at you like this.
Shut up. And I'm literally like, shut up, Laura, shut up, Laura. You're gonna make me laugh. 100% is us, actually. But yeah, that's what today's gonna be. We're just gonna kind of shoot this shit. But of course, we want to talk about first our Floridian experience. My first time in the South for reals. I just saw you TikTok, by the way. When you were downstairs, and it was so cute. The Crab Island.
Did you see my recap?
Yes, it was so fucking cute. It was like the perfect little like I'm also very impressed because I didn't realize you were filming that much.
Baby, you know,
Laura, you did such a good job.
You know, I'm slick with the camera.
You were slick with the recording.
I literally bought a waterproof phone case thing.
Oh, yes.
And I was literally out there in the ocean filming TikToks.
But you were good because I feel like you had your phone when you were just filming like the couple seconds and then it was gone.
Yeah,
and then you
didn't even see it happen.
You just kept it moving.
You would have thought I just had a great day and didn't get one piece of content.
I literally would have thought that.
Clever.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
Well, because we always like when we're on vacation, like we try to be like more detached, but it was really like you did a good job. It was very small and then boom.
Yep.
I love that. I loved it.
That's why when we saw the shark, I was like, "Give me a phone, somebody," because I knew I was doing this recap.
Quick. Yeah. Oh, that's true.
I was like, the shark's got to be. So, I took Manny and a couple of our other friends to the South, and we went to my house in Destin, and we honestly just had a really great trip.
Honestly, it was like one of my favorite trips
that
we've done because it's so, well, the thing is, I already know I'm like good travelers with Laura and Tyler. Like, I've always known that we traveled so much together, and I know that they're chill travelers. And I have a big thing, like, I want to be with chill people. So it was nice that Val and Jason are also chill travelers because I never traveled with them. I was kind of like, oh, I hope that they're like,
chill. You find out when you travel.
Because you find out when you travel, like if people are going to be like the more chill travelers or they're going to be a little bit more high-strung travelers. And I can't really travel with high-strung travelers. Like I want to be kind of relaxed, you know, on vacation.
It's got to be go with the flow.
So it really was the trip that was very go with the flow, chill. Literally Friday, Saturday were like beach days. And I'm not even a beach person, but I had the most fun because there was like little umbrellas. You're able to just sit and just chill. And the days were so nice because it wasn't exuberantly hot. I don't even know if I used the word exuberantly correctly there.
You did.
Yay!
Yeah.
But it was just they were beautiful days. We didn't do a lot. Not that.
Oh, man.
Not that. Potential spam.
Babe, the credit card companies need you to pay the bills.
I'm not paying your bills.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not paying the bills. But it was just nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. We flew in on Thursday. We got Zaxby's, fried chicken. We ate all fried food the whole time.
I said, I'm going to be pissing sweet tea for a week. I had sweet tea every day, if not multiple times a day, which has never happened before. You don't like just find sweet tea out here.
Oh, no.
But I love sweet tea. So anywhere that we would go, I'd be like, Laura, do you think they have sweet tea here? And she's like,
it would
have to fucking ask.
Crack me up. Every restaurant we go to, Manny would be like, do they have sweet tea here? And I'd be like, yup, everywhere you go.
Everywhere we went had sweet tea, and it was almost like their water.
It is their water, actually.
It's literally like the water of the South is sweet tea.
It's water of the South.
It's water of the South. And I literally was like,
so you imagine my dismay when I moved to California, and it took me like 5 restaurants of trying to order. And the problem is in California, they don't really know what sweet tea is. So they always say yes. When you ask for sweet tea, they'll always be like, oh yeah. And they'll bring you like peach tea, raspberry tea, blueberry tea.
It's not the same.
Iced tea with no sugar. It tastes like shit, actually. It does taste like shit. And it's very disappointing. So after like my first few months, I quit asking for sweet tea, and I got it. There's no sweet tea. So they don't do that here, but in the South, it's like water there. It's like asking for water.
It really is. Like I was kind of surprised. I would always just get a water and a sweet tea. Like I would just be sipping on them constantly. I was just double fisting the whole time.
Yes.
It was so good. The food was amazing. The vibes are amazing. Everyone's so sweet and so kind. Like the guy that, remember you forgot the glasses and he like brought them out to get like every experience was just like really truly amazing. Everyone was just like a little Southern Belle. Yep.
Everyone talks like me. I love when the plane landed. The lady, they were like, Laura, that is you as a flight attendant.
Literally.
She's like, I don't even know what's going on up there. And I was like, she's Georgia based.
She was a Georgia
based queen.
Us running when we freaking got there the first.
Every time.
Laura.
Every time.
You guys, we almost missed the flight, by the way. Like it was treachery because you have to fly into Atlanta and in Atlanta, Destin. So we flew in. We have like this like very quick like layover one in general, and then we get there and they're like, okay, like
the plane was delayed, so we kind of missed our layover, so it left us with about 20 minutes once we landed to land, get to the gate, unboard the whole plane, and then get all the way to the other side of the airport to our other gate. So we land and we park and we're like, okay, we got to run, guys. I'm like texting everybody like, we got to run to make it to this flight because they close the boarding doors 10 minutes before it takes off. And so everybody's ready to run and they're like, The flight attendant, God bless her, she was like, I don't know what's going on up there. The pilot said that we done stopped too early. And now everybody's got to sit back down. We got to pull the flame forward.
3 feet.
3 feet.
3
the
feet forward.
bridge won't, we don't know what's going on. And I'm like, oh my God, guys.
We were literally panicking. We were like, are we going to miss our second flight?
I was like, we're definitely missing the flight now. We're definitely missing the flight. But luckily, we ran like hell. And I think we were the last people on the plane.
I think so too.
Yes.
We literally ran. I don't think in my entire life ran in, maybe one time before I ran in an airport. Because there's just something about running in the airport. You're just like, fuck, dude. Like, when you see people running, you're like, I know the stress. The stress is real. And
isn't the Atlanta airport so intense?
It's huge.
Actually, it's huge.
It's massive. Mm-hmm. So luckily we made it and everything was good, but I was really nervous.
Shakira.
When I saw that shark, Laura.
Okay, so then I took them to Crab Island. On the last day, we rented a boat and we went out to Crab Island, which is basically a sandbar in the middle of the ocean in Florida, and it's like Southern people's paradise. So if you're from the southern corner, East Coast, like Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Tennessee, that's where you go to vacation. You go to Destin and everybody goes out to Crab Island. And so it's a sandbar, therefore you're like in the middle of the ocean, but the water's like up to your knees.
Literally so high.
It's literally a drunken party in the middle of the ocean. You have music booming off boats. Everyone's anchored there. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boats just piled up, and you can buy on the boats they'll sell you anything, making daiquiris, barbecue, peanuts. Like, it's just like, it's crazy because it's like, I don't know, it's like a big ass party, but everything's on a boat.
Yeah.
And like everybody.
And you can walk like in the water.
Mm-hmm. You can walk in the water. So as soon as we got there, we jump in the water, and then the boats across from us were screaming at us and pointing. And I think it was me or Val. We were like, they're yelling something at you guys, because Ty was kind of far out there. And I was like, Ty, that boat's yelling. And Tyler and the boat driver was like, he's yelling shark, get out of the water. Babe,
you guys,
there's a big ass shark was swimming right at us.
Humongous. I've never in my whole life seen like a wild shark in that kind of setting where it literally was just like around people. Like literally, like it felt like Jaws. Like it literally felt like Jaws to me. And I'm so scared of sharks, like in a real fierce way. Like I think Deep Blue Sea scarred me as a child. And every time I think of a shark, I'm literally like in literal fear. So we're sitting in like this little like water couch. We're in the water couch.
It's an inflatable couch.
It's an inflatable couch in the water. And the shark's coming by. I'm not kidding. Maybe like 15 feet from us.
Yeah, less. Maybe
even less.
I'm talking about it got close.
Let me tell you something. I lifted off the ground as if I levitated out of that couch onto the boat, and I didn't get back in the water once.
He never got back in the water.
I said,
baby, I was in 5 minutes after the shark left.
I know. It was great. It literally was like, it had to have been like 6 feet, 7 feet.
It was huge.
Because the shadow in the water was so big. And it's also like, there's bull sharks in that water.
They're aggressive too.
And they're aggressive. And I literally was like.
Yeah. Manny did ask me on day one, he was like, so do you guys have like sea life and sharks in the water? And I did tell him
she said yes immediately.
I've seen like it's just warm water, and I feel like in the Pacific the sea life lives a little deeper because it's cold water.
Or they're not as close.
They're not as close, and then in warm water the sea life lives a little more towards the shores, and
they're living life.
There's jellyfish, there's barracuda fish, there's sea turtles, we saw packs of stingrays.
We saw stingrays in the water.
Yeah, sharks.
In the waves, like they were in the waves. It was
beautiful.
So cool.
Like Moana. And that's
dolphins.
Just super. Tons of dolphins. It's just super normal. Like I grew up there.
In that.
In those waters, so I guess the sea life doesn't spook me quite as much.
Totally. Well, imagine me. I don't even go to the beach. I literally, when I saw that shark floating in the water, I could not believe my eyes.
It got you, didn't it?
So
it got you.
I've not been gagged like that I think honestly, I had heart palpitations for like an hour after.
I was like, I want to film it. Give me a camera.
Where's the fucking camera?
I want to film the shark.
Yeah, it was wild. It was cool to see because I've just never seen anything like that. It's just like, I was also just scared.
But it was just a really good trip overall. I mean, there were sharks and dolphins and barracuda fish and stingrays,
literally everything.
And we just had a really great time.
It was great. I had the most fun trip. Like, I love Destin. I love the South. What can I say?
Oh, I'm so happy.
I think I just love the South, Laura. Like, I think I'm a Southern Belle.
I feel like everyone was really nice.
Oh my God, everyone's so sweet.
Yeah.
So sweet. It's just like a different way of life out there.
It is.
It's like
as
I'm
you
used
saw,
to-
it's like
mhm.
a more simple way of life, if you will.
Oh my God. But like that Friday night, like I was almost having this like surreal out of body experience on
Mhm.
Friday because we went to this
We went to
bar
the
restaurant.
we went to the Baytown Wharf.
Baytown Wharf. And this guy was like, he was like a live singer who was like truly like one of the best live singers I've ever heard in my whole life. Like actually insane. Like if he was on The Voice, they would turn.
Oh, babes, the
For
chairs.
sure. He was incredible. And it was just like cool, just like people watching and just seeing like everyone like kind of getting up and dancing with their partner and just kind of like doing things that I felt like an out of body experience in the way of like how cool it would be to be in this situation, just kind of like chill and just live and just appreciate life in that moment, because that's what it felt like, and that people just like live and
Yeah.
appreciate it in that time.
I feel like in LA, I've been here a while. I know you're from I know you're not from LA. You're from Chula Vista or San Diego
Mhm.
area, but it just, for me and my experiences living on both, I will say like everything's a little more serious in LA. People take
Mhm.
themselves very seriously, and there's a real cool vibe out here. And in the South, and the way I grew up, everything is just, I've always said this, everything's at face value, as you see it. Like
Yeah.
it's very simple. You don't have to impress anyone out there. You can live your life for you. You don't have to worry about clout or just anything really. You can just show up in t-shirts and a flip-flops and just have the time of your life and not worry about anything. And I think you were like seeing a lot of that happen. And
it's like it was like a culture shock.
yeah,
To be honest, it was culture shock. 'Cause I've experienced that a little bit, of course, in Chula and like San
Yeah.
Diego. But like at the end of the day, like I'm still a Southern California boy. Like I'm used to this vibe. This is what I've grown up in my whole life. And so it was just cool to see people just like literally like I felt like just happy and not giving a fuck. And that's what it felt like what the South was like literally just
Mhm.
living life happily, getting fucked up and just having fun
Yep.
and like not really caring what people think.
That's why it took me a really long time to adapt here.
Mhm.
And I feel like I had a lot of situations with influencers where I just felt like I've never seen people who care so much about being cool in my whole life.
Yes, or like the vibe and the aesthetic.
Oh
and
my God. Like the group you
isms.
hang out with and the people
Totally.
you talk to. Like I was just so like out of that. And when I moved here, I was just like, I can talk to anyone and say hello to
Mhm,
anyone.
mhm.
And you learn very quickly. It's just so different here.
Totally.
It was a culture shock for me.
Absolutely.
You know,
Oh my
so
God, coming out to this world from that world, like it is like quite a
it's quite different.
juxtaposition.
It is. So I bought a house there. I love going back there and experiencing my Southern roots, if you
Mhm,
will,
mhm.
and then living here for my career.
I love it. I thought it was so fun, and I'm actually excited to go back. And honestly,
Yeah.
what was crazy, I'm the type of person like I need to be in and out of a place in like 3 days. Like I'm not really a want to stay anywhere for longer kind of traveler.
Mhm.
I just don't like it. I like getting back to my routine. I like getting back to like my own vibe. But I was telling Laura, I was like, I could literally stay another day or two. Like I didn't even mind because the vibe was so chill and fun. Also, like staying in your house was
Mhm.
nice. To be in more of a comfortable setting.
Yeah, we were saying like it's kind of nice, whenever you travel, you have to stay in like hotels and like
Mhm.
places that don't have all the things. And like whenever you stay at someone's house, like you have a kitchen, you have washer and dryer, like you have a back porch to sit on. Like
Yes.
you actually have all the things. So it's way more comfortable to stay longer.
Like I could say a whole nother day. We could have just done like a chill ass.
I would literally stay there for like the summer if my cats were there.
So
I really would.
cute.
I would
Yeah.
move there for the summers and then get out of there in the winter because it's a ghost town. How
Oh,
about
it's
the
like-
Dippin' Dots lady?
You guys, they have a Dippin' Dots store.
Was there not Dippin' Dots everywhere out there?
Another gag for me. I am a huge Dippin' Dots person. Like I genuinely love Dippin' Dots. Like that's my favorite ice cream to eat. So with the fact that we passed by Dippin' Dots store, I've never seen a freestanding Dippin' Dots store. The woman there,
Okay, so whenever you show up somewhere 10 minutes before they close, you're normally going to get a little attitude.
you're like, oh, fuck.
Honey, when we were like, are you still serving? She's like,
Come on in.
girl, come on in. And girl, she was just talking to us.
You could tell that she was just like, I want to just talk to people.
Yeah, she needed someone to talk
She
to.
wanted someone to talk to, and she just like was so sweet, so kind. Like the vibes were just so great.
She could tell you any fact about Dippin' Dots. She knew every piece of history about Dippin' Dots.
And that's how she created Dippin' Dots herself.
Yes, you would have thought she had equity in the company. Maybe she did. But it turns out she's the founder.
She's actually the mother of the founder.
Oh my God.
No, it was just cool. Like the people were just so cool in the South, and I really, really genuinely enjoyed it. And especially like the people that were older, I noticed like I really liked them. Like they're just really cool.
They're endearing,
down to
aren't
earth,
they?
and endearing.
They're very endearing.
And just sweet, and like they're really friendly.
Very friendly.
You know?
They want to talk your ear off.
They do. They really do. And I don't mind listening.
You would think it would be different. But they want to. You got to be careful.
You'll get trapped.
Because you will get trapped.
You will absolutely get trapped. She started going to her story times, and we were like, "Oh shit!"
She was like telling us stories about a woman who got shot in the shoulder. She drives off the road, gets stuck in her car, but she just went to the grocery store, so she lived off the groceries that were in her car for 4 days.
We were stunned. We were stunned
with her stories. But I'm like, that is just part of the experience.
The Southern way.
It's part of the experience, darling.
I lived the fantasy. I absolutely was obsessed.
Well, I am so happy you came. I'm so happy you had a good time. And yeah, overall, it's just like a really good shark encountered Dippin' Dots.
It really was.
Fried food.
Live singing
trip.
It was
Aren't our beaches
I would go again.
The most beautiful beaches
in the whole world?
In the whole world.
Like you guys, you have to know, like I've been to a lot of tropical, beautiful places. There's something about that water in Destin and that beach and that sand.
Real.
That sand is like literal powder.
Unreal.
It's like baby powder.
It is.
As sand.
Soft.
And it just is like crazy. There's something just about it that's just like very unique. I've been to Bora Bora, I've been to Fiji, I've been to Hawaii, I've been to so many places, but there's something about that Destin water and that Destin sand that really was getting me together.
It hits different.
I was able to I was at the beach for 5 hours.
That's shocking.
Me. Okay. Like, and I was fine. That's the gag. I was fine. As long as you're applying your sunscreen,
you're good.
You'll be good.
You'll be good.
I was okay. And like that, and I actually had a great time being at the beach. And the thing is, like, I don't have as much of a great time being in the California beaches as I did at Destin.
Yep.
It's just a different experience.
The beach is like unreal in Destin. Also, Manny, it was so funny because we play country music whenever we're there. Like that's what we listen to on the beach. And guess what song Manny was like, I like this one. This country song I'm liking. It was fucking Chattahoochee by Alan Jackson. And for my Southern people out there or Alan Jackson fans, just know Manny is learning the lyrics to Chattahoochee.
I'm learning Miss Chattahoochee, hotter than a hoochie coochie up in here.
Okay, so
it really, like when you were saying like this song activates me and I'm like, I actually can sense it. Do you see the
activation?
I can sense it because the second it goes, I was like,
oh, I'm immediately, no matter, I could be dead asleep at night. I'm like, activate it. I'm getting up.
No, that song, it really, like whenever it would play, I'm like, play the Chattahoochee again.
Man's like, can we get a Chattahoochee? It was killing me.
It was really good.
Okay, so imagine Manny, me at Stagecoach, Post Malone, best cover ever, by the way. He was my favorite. The person that I saw was Post Malone. So imagine you just hear the guitars do that. Baby.
I know you levitated.
My head exploded.
You literally Stranger Things above the crowd.
I levitated off the crowd.
The fact that Post did that, how sickening.
And he did it with Brad Paisley, which I know you don't know who Brad Paisley is, but he's another icon like Alan Jackson.
Yes.
And they did it together. And so, you know, that sound at the end, they just kept playing it over and over, and people were just dancing, going crazy. And it was like a peak.
I loved it. Like, that was one of the fun things about it, too, is like, I never really listened to country growing up. Like, that was never like my thing. So it was fun to just immerse yourself in the experience. Never knew how much that Muddy Water went to me.
Oh, my
meant
God.
To me,
He
bitch.
knows the lyrics.
I know. I mean, you guys, I literally was like, I kind of like this. There meant to me. It was just a fun experience. I'm literally wearing a Bass Pro Shop hat.
Babes.
We went to Bass Pro.
We got him together. Okay, so imagine growing up going to the Chattahoochee River and then, you know.
Like, and then you hear it. So it's literally like,
there's
it's
a
like
connection.
shocking.
It's a connection. So, yes, we took him to Bass Pro Shop. We had let Manny see the things.
It was really fun. It just really was. I had a great Southern experience.
Yay!
I loved it. I had my little crab claws.
Oh, you love the crab
And
claws. Aren't they like
the
crack?
Crab claws. I could eat 100.
100.
I could eat 100 of fried crab claws.
I could eat a fucking 100.
I literally could because they're so small and such little meat that it's like, it's like little artichokes.
That was us.
We ate so much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was good.
Diet starts tomorrow. Today, actually. Yes.
Yes.
It did not start yesterday for me.
Oh, no, actually started today.
It starts today.
When I had that tender green salad for lunch.
Yes.
That's when it started.
Yes. And that is our story.
And that was our story. Thank you so much to Bond Charge for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. You guys, Bond Charge is a holistic wellness brand with a huge range of evidence-based products to optimize your life in every single way. It's founded in science, inspired by nature. There are so many things on their site that are so good for recovering, for balancing hormones, for reducing inflammation. You guys, Bond Charge products help you naturally address the issues of your modern day way of life effortlessly with maximum impact.
You guys, I am a big advocate of red light therapy. I wear a red light mask every single night. Some of the problems red light face masks can help with is wrinkles and fine lines, a sore jaw, eczema, migraine, acne, scar tissue, wound healing, relaxation, razor burns, ingrown facial hair, and the list goes on. You guys can use your red light therapy mask 10 to 20 minutes every day. It's easy to use. You can put it on while going to bed, watching TV, whatever.
You guys can go to bondcharge.com and use coupon code FULL to save 15% off. That's BONCHARGE.com and use coupon code FULL to save 15% off on Bond Charge.
Thank you to ZocDoc for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. ZocDoc is the place where you can find and book doctors who will make you feel comfortable and actually listen to you. And we're not talking about a few. We're talking tens of thousands of doctors who are verified, patient reviewed, so you can make sure the vibes are vibing before you meet in real life. With ZocDoc, you'll get more options than you know.
I love it, you guys. And the gag is truly, ZocDoc is actually free, capital FREE. It's a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online. And obviously, you guys, we review things all the time. We read reviews, we review like products. Why not review the doctors in our areas that, you know, can take your insurance? Just make sure that they're actually good and sickening and you actually would really, really enjoy them. Me and Laura have both used ZocDoc before and it works so well.
Go to ZocDoc.com/full and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/full. ZocDoc.com/full.
And now let's get into the fucking topics. Let's go into the Met.
Okay.
Let's go into the Met. I would love to go
Pull
over
up your pictures.
So I will pull up my photos as well. My little best and worst.
Oh,
you know what? I want to hear your top two. Give me your top two.
Mindy Kaling.
Oh!
Child.
We will be popping up a photo as well here. A little
of Mindy.
Of Mindy. Her dress with that
Babes.
spiraling and that layering was incredible. It was unreal. It was absolutely unreal. I loved it. And what was your second favorite?
This wasn't my second favorite until Manny showed it to me, but Mona Patel.
Mona Patel.
Babes, I'm going to be very transparent with you guys. I didn't know who Mona Patel was.
I didn't either.
So I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh yeah, my girl Mona. You know what I mean?
I was the same.
I genuinely didn't know who she was until the Met Gala, and we did some Googling.
Research.
Manny was telling me.
Just that she's so smart. Tech companies, just absolute advocate. Like I didn't know anything about her until I saw this look that Iris Van Harpen did, or Happen, whatever her name. This cool butterfly like detail that opened and closed, and this beautiful outfit. And I didn't really know much about her. And I saw that La Roche actually was the one that
it adds up.
It made a lot of sense that he was the one that helped, you know, style her and did the styling. But it was really cool to see someone that she has like 80,000 followers on Instagram. Isn't like this humongous, you know, celebrity in the A-lister star, but was there, absolutely slayed, absolutely devoured. Someone that really is so smart, went to like Harvard, MIT, like just this absolute powerhouse of a woman. And it was just really cool to see that she looked that
Came
stunning
out and ate
beautiful.
the girlies
and
up.
ate the girls
who
up.
do red carpets for a living, and then she shows up and just devours
devoured.
them.
And it was
then
cool.
also, I will say Mindy's like a comedy queen. She's also like not specifically known for devouring the girls on the red carpet.
Mhm.
And this year she said, "I will leave no crumbs
And no stone will be unturned."
And how I feel about my comedy queens. I feel very strongly about them.
Absolutely, because a lot of times they get shafted in like the glam vibe.
The glam vibes, they get no recognition.
They don't. Like they tend to not get the glam recognition.
And the best hair and makeup, they wanna do Kim. They wanna do the glam girls. And then Mindy just came in and took their heads off. So it was
chef's kiss, truly.
And then Tyla. I just had to throw that one in there.
As a literal like the theme was
Sleeping Beauty,
like timeless kind of vibe, flowers, that whole kind of energy. So the fact that she was literally an hourglass of sand,
it was so right.
And her outfit was made out of fabric and sand was incredible. Her little actual hourglass.
They sprayed the sand on her arms and hands,
here,
so
like
it
her
was
shoulder.
like cohesion going through. It was incredible.
It was like custom molded to her body, so they had to cut her out of it after. I saw on the backstage, they literally cut around here so she can actually walk in after.
So cool.
And I was like, this is
what I'm talking about, people.
This is what I'm talking about, bitches.
Talking about. When I say Met Gala, this is what I want.
I want camp.
Yes.
I was also very truly, I think like probably one of my favorites is Elle Fanning in the bird, like this water, almost like looks like a fountain. The fountain bird's kind of pulling up at her shoulder. That truly gagged me.
And the way
to the 10th degree.
Over,
yes.
And just like looked like
also
water
was
going through.
Balmain.
That was Balmain?
It was Balmain, yeah. And Tyla was Balmain too.
What? Baby, Balmain said.
When I say that Miss Balmain ate,
I feel like Balmain isn't the brand that like.
At least you wouldn't think.
No,
you wouldn't think that they're the ones destroying.
They have amazing stuff, but they're not like. I feel like it's always Versace that always. Yes,
they're going like more camp, avant-garde.
You're gonna get the cool ass shit. Not Balmain. Balmain said, "Hold my beer, hold my bag,
hold my bag, hold the braid." I literally was like truly blown away with Elle Fanning's look.
Gaggarina.
And I also really, there's so many that I really liked a lot. I really also liked, I'm talking about the girls too. Like this is like, usually the Met, the women just take it for me. Like they're actually giving, a lot of times the boys to me are like, they don't slay as much as the girls do, or it just doesn't seem like they put as much of an effort in as much as the girls do. So it's so nice to see. I also really liked Lana Del Rey's, because it was like this like little fairy wood nymph campy tree.
I feel like she gave it.
And it was like, really nice.
It's something we haven't seen before.
No.
It was refreshing. It was beautifully put together.
Stunning. I also like Nicki's a lot. I loved that Nicki Minaj's was, the flowers were recycled cans, and I loved that there was like a message behind it. And I really enjoyed that.
Also, Nikki's hair was just so different for her, but it looked so good. The bag, the hair, like Nikki did really good, and like
the details.
I just expected that classic Nikki hair, and she gave us something so different, and it looks so good with the dress. I was really
and she looks very happy. Like she almost looks very comfortable in this outfit. Like she was like very proud to be in it.
Yeah.
What do you think of Kim's?
I really like Kim's. I understand the sweater is very controversial, but you see the sweater, she wouldn't have got as much talk if she didn't throw that little sweater on, and now people are talking. They hate the sweater, but she did post on her IG story like the runway that they were doing with the sweater, and they were trying to recapture that, and I don't think it really worked. Right. Specifically, I don't think the sweater worked, but honestly, the dress ate.
I loved it. I like the fact that she went so hourglass for this timeless beauty because of how she must have been in a steel cincher. I'm not kidding. I think that she was in a steel cincher to make her waist that small.
I will say Kim does that every year though.
Absolutely, but that's smaller than she's ever done.
Yeah.
That's like the smallest
every year
waist she's ever done.
Is how tight can she get her waist? And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm like,
this is literally.
Can we do something else?
If you want to talk about
something else,
if you want to talk about can we do something else, Miss J-Lo?
J-Lo, I know, has worn that dress before.
She's had to have.
I've seen her.
I'm fully convinced that J-Lo has that dress in different silver tones.
I kind of, it's kind of like.
It's the same I feel like she genuinely looks like kind of the same every year. The same silhouette, the same color.
Yep.
The same silver
At least Kim's
accents.
changing the outfit.
Babe,
Same
at least.
silhouette. She's keeping the silhouette, but she's changing the outfit.
Yes. This, like, J-Lo's literally, to me, was like, girl, it's the same shit.
Girl, we've seen the look.
Like, don't get me wrong, she looks beautiful. Like, she looks gorgeous. Like, she always looks gorgeous, but it looks the fucking same. It looks the same as she always looks. Also, I saw this one thing about Kim's look that was, you know how it's like Sleeping Beauty timeless? So it's almost supposed to be like the juxtaposition of being super glam and just rolling out of bed, putting a sweater and
because her hair was a messy braid.
Yes.
I like that.
So I feel
like
like
the
that would, like,
storytelling.
there's like at least storytelling with Kim's, and I enjoyed the storytelling.
I
lot.
like the storytelling.
Yeah.
I like Kim's outfit, and I like that the sweater gave it something to piss people off almost. You know what I mean?
100%.
Because it would have been perfect if it didn't have the sweater, and it was like kind of nice to just
throw it on.
fuck it up a little bit.
Some people were saying like, oh, well, maybe there was a wardrobe malfunction. I'm like, no, I think that she did it
was
on
from the
purpose.
runway.
Yeah, and the runway had it.
The runway had the
was like
sweater.
it had the little sweater, but then it had the cinched like bottom part. So I'm like, well, she's gonna probably go more thematically that way.
Yes. What about Kylie? She did Oscar de la Renta. Listen.
I was gonna say, listen, she looks beautiful.
Beautiful.
She looks absolutely
like
gorgeous.
honestly, one of her prettiest looks.
Totally. But I just don't feel like for the Met and for the theme, it was giving like the way I would have thought and a lot of the other people gave.
I personally think I could have seen Kylie on any red carpet in this outfit.
100%.
It's very...
She's also in like a full-blown, almost like wedding gown.
Yeah. I love the titties. Like I love.
That made it different.
But I will say like, this was not for the Met Gala. This was for any red carpet out there. Like she could have worn this to anything. It was not on theme.
I just like didn't understand it as much for the timeless.
It was kind of predictable too, because Kylie, occasionally she's given.
Totally.
But she tries to go pretty versus camp. You know, she goes down
to go the pretty path, the Hailey Bieber path.
The Hailey Bieber path.
The give us nothing path.
Yes.
At times.
Doja Cat.
I'm so sorry. Like, I don't care what anyone says. I loved that once I saw the video of her talking about how Flora Alicia was representing cotton, the most used flower, and it was a full cotton shirt that was glued essentially to her body. That was like supposed to be a wet, almost marble-esque like draping. I really enjoyed it when I figured that that's what it was.
I loved it as well. And I was saying what I love so much about Doja Cat's fashion in general is I can't predict it. It's
so fun.
Never. It's fun. She's always really fun with her fashion, and where you're like, that's ugly. It's because it's not what your eyes are used to seeing. The same old rhinestone glitter.
You're used to seeing the Kylie vibes. That's why it's like you're seeing that Kylie vibe.
And yeah, that's beautiful too.
Of course.
But when something's different, try not to immediately hate it.
You're like, ew.
Yeah.
No, it's just like I think it's a very unique take. And the cool thing about Doja too is when she does the Met, remember when she came out as a literal cat?
Yes.
Like she is actually a fun person for me that I love seeing Doja go because it's unpredictable and it's
fun.
Her fun way.
Yeah.
Like doing it in her way. I will say boy wise, I love Dan Levy's.
Oh yes.
He looked so incredible in his black to almost ombre floral embroidered
really
pant.
Cool.
It was so sickening.
Different.
And you don't see like a ton of guys serving, I will say. But I loved his look. I loved Wisdom, who was actually a TikToker. A fashion TikToker was invited to the Met. And he ate in that full red fit.
Eat it up.
I was so proud to see like a TikToker.
Or influencer
an actual like representing in such a great way.
Baby, Emma's been eating though every year, but
Emma
this year,
she ate especially this year.
I feel like
because she looked cute last year, but this one I was like,
it was like amazing. But for me, the dark smoked out eyes,
with that brown lip,
it just took the whole look to another level.
It really did. She was so elevated this year. I feel like also because her outfits. Or like the details of her outfits were so insane. The brown lace, because I think she posted on Instagram like different photos of what like the piecing together of what it was, and the details in her fit were fucking unreal.
Babe, Emma has more pull than these A-list celebrities because the stylists that are pulling her those outfits from the designers, the fact that they're giving those outfits that good to Emma Chamberlain means babe's got the status.
And that she really is someone to look for the Met.
Yes.
I loved Zendaya's second look.
Okay.
I liked her first look. I thought it was like, I thought it was cute. I feel like in video it looked better than in photo. I'm not obsessed. I'm not
obsessed either.
I'm not obsessed. I'm not obsessed with the first one.
And
I'm obsessed with the second.
I was on my edge of my seat to see what Zendaya was going to bring because she goes into my favorites every single year.
Mm-hmm.
But the first one, I agree, in video, it started to look wet and really cool. In photos, I was like, I will say the makeup.
Incredible. I mean, Raul, who does her glam like, in those situations, is truly a visionary with makeup. Like, he's incredible.
But the second look, ooh. That's when she came in. To me,
that was like actually show-stopping when the fact that her head was in a floral bouquet. La Roche, you can never retire. I'm so sorry, like to tell you, but you can't retire.
I thought La Roche. I don't know La Roche because he's behind the scenes. So you don't really get to know him as much.
Yeah.
But when he hosted on Drag Race this year,
when he was one of the judges,
and he came in and the way he talked to the queens and the way the queens were excited to be judged by him and the way he critiqued them and uplifted them at the same time, I fell in love with Roach because of his talent, but I actually fell in love with him as a person in that episode because I was like, wow, this is a person that really cares about young drag queens and like that you can tell they're on the edge of their seat
wanting to hear what he has to say,
and the way he was able to critique them in the most positive way. It was just like
it was endearing.
He took my heart.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, like, he's known to be pretty like fierce attitude, like very much like that girl. Can I also show you a look I didn't love on someone I love?
Oh, he's gonna
on someone I love.
Doesn't it suck when you love someone so much and they flop?
It's just like, and the thing is, mind you, again, I'm not a fashion girly. I'm just literally talking from where I just aesthetically like to see it. And if I don't, that's all I'm like coming from. It's just like, oh, if I like her, I don't. Michelle Yeoh's.
Let me see. The burrito.
The Chipotle burrito. I just don't love it. And I'm just going to be really real.
I don't love it either.
I don't love it. I just feel like it's giving baked potato, twice baked even.
Do you know what was worse than that?
No.
Anna Wintour herself. The queen herself flopped. Anna?
I have a bone to pick. I have a bone to pick with Anna because I think every year she disappoints me. She's my biggest disappointment every single year.
Every year.
And it almost is like, it's almost like she's allergic to serving.
Oh my God.
I think that she's allergic.
If Manny goes missing, you'll know why.
It was. And I know I'll never be invited to the men. That's okay with me. But I just don't understand why, if the theme is what the theme is, and she's like, head fashion essentially. What is happening with her choices?
What's going on, vibes?
I just don't understand them. They're too matronly.
They're awful.
Maternity.
Actually,
I also didn't love Troye Sivan's look.
You know who? For as fun as Troye Sivan is,
because he's such a camp.
It did not represent Troye Sivan.
I'm like, God damn it.
You know who else flopped?
Who?
Gigi Hadid, and she eats every year. This year, Mama. No,
I didn't like it, and like I don't know. There's something about it I just honestly don't like.
Also, her dress was mainly white and then it had black and yellow details. And for me, anytime you do black and yellow, it brings out Bumblebee vibes.
And you're just gonna, or like lemon
black
tree.
Black and yellow.
I'm gonna think a literal lemon tree.
Black and yellow to me just does not ever go. I think they contrast too harshly. It's like a pastel with the black.
It looks a little bit too jarring.
You also didn't like Lizzo's.
I really didn't like Lizzo's. But the reason I didn't like it specifically more too is because of the headpiece. Because once I covered the headpiece up, there was more joy.
The dress was cool.
The dress was cool. And I actually did like that it flared at the bottom because it did give like tree. And I understood what the vision was. It was more so the headpiece that to me kind of took away from the dress itself. Like I actually thought she looked good.
Yeah.
It was like the headpiece.
They gotcha.
That like to me overall turned it into like a really weird. Like if she had this like really sleek black hair or like just like, I don't know, a really cool like unique bun, I think it could have been a whole different scenario.
Something different.
But that just didn't like look good to me.
Alexandra Koppelman was really rough too. It looked, she wore a comforter. A comforter from
Laura.
the 80s.
Laura, that's a literal sheet.
Babes.
that doesn't look good to me. I'm so sorry. Like that is literally not eating the way it should have been, been eaten.
And then also I thought Rita Ora was a flaw. I actually thought Rita Ora's was really bad, actually, and I like her a lot.
I
mean, come on.
She's Rita Ora. And it's just like,
it was awful.
I didn't get the vision whatsoever.
Also, her whole body, because the dress was like just noodles. She wore like full body pantyhose. I want you to zoom in and see her full body is in a pantyhose.
Laura,
and that shoe with
with a cha-cha heel.
With a cha-cha heel. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Why is his look giving way
Why
more?
is his look giving more?
Giving in comparison to that chocolate suit.
By the way, I love her, man. He's written a lot of good comedies.
Oh, he's incredible. But like the nude illusion with it, like the way, look at it, the way it wrinkles at the hip and the knee.
Michelle Visage, if you did that, she would get red to filth.
Because the thing is, I think that when you have a body that's sickening, because she has such a beautiful body too, even if you don't, it doesn't matter. Like she could have easily done without the nude illusion and just had like almost like pasties. And I feel like it would have looked a lot cooler. Commit to the full look. And I think that would have actually looked a lot better because the movement is cool with the noodles. But I feel like there was a lot of like, missed opportunities.
Amelia Gray, who's Lisa Rinna's daughter. Sickening.
I think that yellow Belle dress that actually glows in the dark, or it lights up in the dark, is so cool.
Look at her hair too. Her hair's just like different. It's like gives you something different. It's really cool.
Slick,
and it's just like coming through the necklace. It's cool. It's a cool look.
I love it. I actually think she did a great job. It reminds me a lot of Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Like that yellow is already Beauty and the Beast vibes to me. And then the roses in that bell, it almost gives that little like case. Like I thought she looked absolutely incredible.
I know you love Blackpink. Jenny Kim. Again, it was just one of those outfits that could have been worn anywhere.
I think you could have worn that to the MTV Movie Awards. Like you could wear that kind of anywhere. I think that she looks beautiful.
Always.
But with that look, I just don't think it gives me
Met Gala
what the theme is. Because I think a lot of times like people actually just don't hit the theme.
Yeah.
Like, but this year I felt like there was a lot of looks I was really like excited to see.
The Met Gala is more than being pretty.
Way more.
That's the thing. Most red carpets is about looking good, looking your best, cleaning them nice, looking sharp. The Met Gala is more than looking pretty. It's like how to get creative with fashion.
And what do you think of Ariana's? On a side note.
Let me look. I need to remember.
It was like it's like a white, I actually did like it. I thought it was really, really pretty. I thought she looked pretty, and I liked that like face detail she had. And there was like this almost like rainbow. Like there's like almost like a ruching rainbow thing that kind of like moves on the side.
Oh, I love the birds on her eyes.
Yes, like it kind of give like this like cool little like
the outfit
cool aesthetic.
It's cute. It's cute.
Like I'm not obsessed. It's not my favorite.
She doesn't go into like worst dress by any means. It's really cool.
But she's not like giving like Mona Patel to me.
Yeah.
Like it's not giving Mona Patel.
Like I'm not gagged.
It's cute.
But I really like the birds on the eyes.
I thought the overall vibe was sickening. Like I thought that she did a good job.
I think she did a good job.
Almost like goddess energy.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think she did a good job. It just wasn't like
I have to say, like those birds on her eyes is like probably some of my favorite makeup because it's just really cool.
Because I've never like you don't see
really
that.
Seen that.
It almost looks like Maleficent.
Yeah, so I gotta give her points for that. The dress is like kind of plain, but I think she looks beautiful.
I do too.
She did good. I agree. She did good.
I think she did a good job. Yeah, there's a lot. Like honestly, like there's a lot of people that did a really good. Wait, what did you think of Cardi B's and the all black, like humongous?
You know what's strange? The humongousness gives it the camp that we need, but I kind of feel like we've seen that before from her.
Did she do? I feel like she did something that was humongous like that before. She's done like really huge grand.
I have to say the grandness of it's cool. Like it really is.
I will say sometimes it's hard because I think that the black, when something is all black, you kind of lose detail in a lot of the things because it's so pitch black. So you actually don't get to see a lot of the details in like a huge black gown.
Right.
And it's just like a sea of black, almost like Ursula.
You know, Kendall did that, I think it might have been last year or the year before with the all black large dress and like the sea. But yeah.
I gotta give props on the grandness because you need like literally 10 men to carry that dress. Like that's fucking cool. Like to be able to make such a statement.
It's fun.
I just don't like Love it, love it. Maybe if it was a
Right.
different color, I think I'd like it
Ooh,
more.
okay, so imagine this dress this big, and it was like the color of Ariana's, but with the rainbow coming through, like
I
the
would
pastel.
literally
Girl,
freak.
pass away.
I'll pass away because if it was it was pastel tones,
Yes,
like
girl, and
Absolutely.
like had something to it. Yeah.
because then that would have fit into like the floralness of the theme instead of being all black. But overall, I honestly had a great time watching
This was one of the
Mets.
most impressive years.
I couldn't agree more.
Because I normally have like 80 flops.
Me too.
But this year, it was like 8.
I agree. Like I genuinely had so much fun, and I like seeing people even their little outfits after.
Oh,
Like,
the after party.
I think is really cute. Like
Kendall's after party.
Her afters were to me better than what
The
she wore on the
mains.
carpet.
Yeah.
But no, they did I thought they did a great job.
I do too.
I was very proud. I was very proud of these celebs I don't know.
These celebs that don't know we
These
exist.
celebs have no idea who we are, and I don't know personally at all.
Thank you to Shopify for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. Switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell, online, in person, or on social media and beyond.
You guys could probably be thinking, oh my God, migrating is going to be such a headache. But Shopify's App Store has a migrating app that will help you literally migrate all your products, orders, everything over to Shopify, which makes it so much easier. Me and Laura are huge fans of Shopify. We use it for our businesses, and we think it is literally the best commerce platform.
Stop leaving sales on the table. Switch your business to Shopify and discover why millions trust Shopify as their all-in-one commerce platform to build, grow, and run their businesses. You guys can sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/full coverage. That's all lowercase. That's 1 month for just $1 at shopify.com/full coverage. Shopify.com/full coverage. Cha-ching. All right, for our next topic, we wanted to touch on the big drama that broke over the weekend.
Dude, the Kendrick Lamar and Drake situation is literally all I've been seeing on my timeline, other than the Met. It's literally the only things I've been seeing have been the Met and Kendrick and Drake.
But their battle is so big that
And it goes deep.
It goes deep, and their battle's gotten so big that even the Met couldn't flush out the drama. Like, it was still talked about. Like, it was still huge.
Well, the thing is, like, you know, Kendrick dropping multiple songs instead of like just like, let's say one diss track, it's literally like several.
I'm like confused. Like, do y'all got these songs locked and loaded? Like,
Laura,
are you running and singing them real quick?
Laura, okay, this is the gap. So he drops his like song. Drake drops another one. 30 minutes later, he drops another one. Kendrick does. And it's literally like, you had this on lock, Diva.
Babes.
Because you're not going to launch something 30 minutes after if you aren't literally on the trigger like, go now, missile, go. Like, that's literally like, boom, immediately. But yeah, anyway, like, the story goes back. It's kind of an intricate story, I'm not going to lie. It was like Kendrick, Drake, and
J. Cole.
They were like this, like, kind of like a trio of friends. Like, they were all kind of like, they would say that they were like this like cute little trio. Kendrick like ends up being like, no, like, we're not like even a trio. Like, I'm actually the best of the three rappers. Like,
oh,
it's actually just me.
They're like interesting.
Yeah, and it's like, but you know, I feel like rap culture is a lot about rap battles. Like, it's actually very normal. That's like kind of rap culture. Like, that's actually quite normal to see. So, you know, J. Cole ends up making a diss track about Kendrick. He pulls back on his statement and was like, you know, days later, he's like, you know what, that didn't sit right with me. I apologize. He got so clowned for it. He literally was like, you're just like,
did he?
Got clowned, being like, you're so weak, like, stand on what you said.
Because they love the rap battles.
They love the rap battles. People love the rap battles.
And he was like getting out of the rap battle.
He was like, you know what? Like, I ain't even gonna do all that. Like,
And he was like, Kendrick, if you come for me, I'll take it on the chin.
Yeah, he's like, I'll take it. Like, it doesn't sit right with me. I take it back. But then we go into, you know,
Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. Oh my God.
And Drake like kind of like going in on Kendrick, but then Kendrick literally, like, to me, outside looking in, Kendrick like shredded Drake.
Yeah.
To absolute fucking
From what
death.
I understand, I feel like Kendrick went in way harder.
I really do. Like, I feel like Kendrick, and if this was like, let's say a battle and there was like sides, I would say that Kendrick was the one that came out on top and like absolutely annihilated
Are
Drake.
people mad at Kendrick, or who's people mad at, or are we not
I don't
mad
necessarily
at
people are like
anyone?
really mad. They're just kind
like,
of observing and
in the
saying
drama.
Like, who wins. It's really more so just observing the drama to see who is like going to end up on top. But I will say, when it comes to like, let's say views views, and when it comes to like people talking, people are more on Kendrick's side.
Really?
Because he has a lot more views and a lot more listens of his songs
Then
in
probably
comparison to Drake.
Drake's.
Yes. And I will say, like, pulling back to this, like, you know, Kendrick's made a lot of like really intense statements about Drake, especially when it comes to being a P word in regards to children. And just making these like really intense about people in his camp and about people that he's around, and saying that he's basically a Harvey Weinstein and he needs to also be in prison and all this stuff. And it's like
big accusations.
Huge accusations that could be literally like career-ending accusations. But to me, what's weird about it is that, like, to use, you know, being a P word as a like rap battle, to be like, oh, well, you're a P word, like as a diss, is so weird. Instead of it being more taken more serious in like a legal sense, like trying to be like, oh, well, you're a P word.
It's like
girl, what? Like,
babes,
if you know anything about like actual situations, like, shouldn't you be taking that a lot more serious?
Using it for music.
Than using it for a music battle. That's the part that to me is like so weird. I'm all about like the battles or whatever. Like, hell yeah, come for each other. Like, it's fun kind of tea. But when you're using like really, really intense, serious accusations about like people, you know, assaulting children, I think that there's a very strange thing with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, like that's just weird. Like to me, like that's just like, it doesn't feel like you should be using that as like your ammunition for a rap battle.
Right.
So, you know, then, you know, it gets light too in ways where he's like, oh, Drake has an 11-year-old daughter that he's hiding, just like he was, because technically Drake was hiding a son.
Yeah. And then we found out about that. And so Kendrick's like naming specifics about the daughters and birthdays and things like that. And now Drake did deny that. He also said Drake got a BBL. But also, I saw a lot of people were saying Drake got lipo, not BBL.
Or like Ozempic.
And saying he's on Ozempic, which I'm like, I mean, I get how like in the rap world that might be funny, but I'm like, is that really a diss?
Like, to me, that's just like more of a funny diss. Like, it's not like...
Who in Hollywood hasn't gotten lipo?
Like, who cares if you got lipo and you're on Ozempic? Like,
you ain't out nobody on nothing on that,
no, for sure. And the thing is, like, one of Kendrick's songs is like really like intense, and he's addressing like Drake's family, like addressing his like mother, his father, his potential 11-year-old daughter, like being like, oh, like, you know, basically telling his parents that you like raised a horrible human being. And like, it's gotten so dark and deep and so intense that I'm kind of like, oh, how sad like that it went from like, you know, them being friends and being featured on each other's music to you have a horrible person and you literally are sucking Taylor Swift's teat.
Yeah, so why is he saying all that stuff about like Taylor Swift?
I don't know why Taylor gets tossed into this drama.
Boy, Taylor just be getting thrown in
like,
all the rap battles.
Like, why is Taylor catching strays
and
over
like
here?
her audience and her music is like, say you'll remember me.
They're literally like so detached, don't give a fuck about the rap world. They're just
I'm like, Kendra, you better be careful because you're gonna bring these Swifties into something and you're gonna open a door that you cannot close.
That you'll never be able to close.
You think Drake fans or something? Lord have mercy. You get attached to it.
Look at the Swifties.
You just wait till Taylor makes her diss track because they're going to be coming for the next 10
Imagine
years.
Taylor literally made a full Kendrick
Taylor will
diss track.
never let her foot off your throat, baby.
Never.
Ever. Ask Kim.
Look at Kim.
Ask Kim.
Mind you, Kim started it.
Oh, well, whenever you back... yeah, but no, Kim was just as involved.
Oh, she was involved, but he started it.
He did start it.
He did start it, but she was...
look, she's still getting dragged.
Shredded. Would you just... I mean, when Kim launched... No, not Kim. When Taylor came out with her album, the comment section of Kim's Instagram... gagged me.
Well, that's
there were tens and tens of thousands of comments.
Backed her husband.
Thank you, Amy.
And when you choose to do that, you got to pay the piper.
Even if he's not well.
And people are like, Taylor should get over it. And you know what? I get that. But at the same time, it didn't happen to you.
Exactly.
And her shit got wrecked for years because of their lies.
Also, it's traumatizing.
So for her... She can sing about it as much as she wants, and I'm not even a hardcore Swiftie, but I love Miss Kimberly.
Totally, exactly. As someone who loves Kim, like, you know, like,
but babes, diva. You open the door, and Taylor isn't gonna let the door close. No, because now Taylor's back on top, and she's gonna use this time to wreck your ass,
and use the time to be like, what you, because like I mean obviously like I listened to Thank You Amy, and then for her to be like, you on my neck like this turned me into the person I am today.
Mm-hmm.
So like thank you Amy to basically making me stronger.
Yeah.
But like I've built something you'll never take from me now.
Yeah.
And I love that Taylor has that song to be like, you know what, you guys shredded me and tried me for so long, and I came back and did something so amazing that you could never even take.
Yep.
And I love that she did that.
Yep.
Because it's like, it's the truth.
I do too.
It really is the truth. Like you see it even from the outside looking in. Like you can tell that's what it was. Like it looked like what Kanye and Kim did to Taylor was horrible.
I see Kendrick keep bringing up her name. I'm like, ooh.
You're trying a little too, you're getting a little too close to the sun, Diva.
You're getting
a little too close to the sun.
Because her next tour is going to come up and she's going to be dragging you.
And she's going to be dragging you. You're going
to get a thank you, Amy. Careful.
Thank you, Kendrick.
Because the Swifties,
they will come for blood.
She's gonna be like, hi, ooh, with her guitar.
No, literally,
like acoustic.
And it's gonna be so like again, like so in between, like obviously Taylor never says Kim ever, but you know when Thank You Amy and the capitals are KIM.
Yeah. Well,
you know.
Also in my world, I mean, there's no such thing as bad press technically. And like Taylor being one of the most famous people in the world, like Kim now has a whole song dedicated to her on the same album. So at some point I would kind of be like...
One of my favorite lines in Taylor's song is literally like, one day your kid's gonna be coming home singing my song and we both know it's gonna be about you. And that literally was like...
She said, gag.
Taylor literally... gagged her.
Babes, Kendrick Lamar is going to use that.
He's going to be like, Kendrick's going to be like, one day your kid's going to be... Talk
about Drake.
He's going to be using Taylor's fucking lyrics.
Taylor, that was cold. Taylor, that was cold. Why you say it like that? Damn.
No, that was... See, so it's almost like, again, from the outside looking, it is entertaining to see. Like, even the Kim Taylor, I'm like, that's so entertaining to me because it's literally like, not soft, but it's just like, it's not crazy child person,
right.
Like kind of drama.
Right.
Like that's literally like, you know what? You shredded me. I'm shredding you back. Vibes.
I there's a small part in me that just know Kim likes a little bit of it.
I think she likes a little controversy.
She likes a little controversy.
No way.
It keeps the relevancy. It keeps your name. Having a whole song dedicated to you as one of the world's most popular albums in women. It's kind of iconic. That's kind of like, damn, like whether you like it or not, it's kind of, so you know Kim is probably like,
Do you know, I wonder, sometimes I think I'm like, do you think that Kim ever feels remorse for what she did to Taylor? Sometimes I feel like she doesn't, or like she doesn't care.
I don't think she gives a shit.
Like I still think she cares. Yeah, I'm like, I don't think that she cares.
If there was remorse, I think she would have said sorry by now. It's more of like a constant defense.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And then she says she's not going to speak on it anymore. And she hasn't. Kim hasn't spoke on it anymore after the last time she went off on Twitter and said, she was like, this is the last time I'll speak on this. And Kim has not spoken on it anymore. I think she got married to a tornado and she decided to defend that tornado. And she got in the storm. She's out of the storm and she's now dealing with,
bitch, I don't want to fucking do this
she has to deal with all the fucking repercussions of defending the storm. And so that's just part of it. I don't think she's necessarily remorseful. No.
No, I think at the time she probably thought that she was actually doing the right thing by defending her husband.
I don't know.
Or like
about
coming
that.
to his defense.
Sure, Jan.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like that in her why she was like, I need to be on his side.
She edited an audio tape to build a lie against Taylor. So I don't know if that's just standing up for your husband.
Instead of just shredding her.
From what I understand. I could be wrong on that, but I think that was the big thing that Kim did.
Was the audio.
Was editing the audio where Taylor was on the phone with Kanye and publicly posting it.
Well, she literally was thinking like, wow, let me, make the defense even stronger on my man's thing. And they tried it.
So I don't know. It's sticky. Listen, the whole thing is a sticky mess.
It is. I
truly believe they messed with the wrong one.
They did. They got the wrong queen.
They got the wrong queen. And it's nice to see a woman stick up for herself.
Absolutely. And I love it. And I love that she stands up for herself.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but
yeah, I mean, the rap battle, let's see if it keeps going.
I'm quite intrigued to know. It's very messy.
It's a very messy rap battle, and
maybe they can all work it out and do another album together.
Why don't you guys do a joint album? Listen to it. You know what? And I would listen to it too, and we would play it on here.
Hey.
But it's very messy.
Obviously, did you see Kim get booed at Tom Brady's roast?
Laura, yes.
She kind of ate though.
No, the thing is, it started off at booze, turned into literal laughter and applause.
Well, she
by the
couldn't
time it was
even
over.
finish her last joke because they were laughing and cheering her for her so loud.
No, I was gagged. I was actually quite impressed that Kim was able to turn it from
Also,
the
Kim
booze.
is a very emotionally strong person because trust and believe
when
this.
they booed her and she was like this.
If they booed me like that, I would have ran off that stage like this.
Me too.
Like, babe, I wouldn't have even got the first line out. I would have went running. I ain't built like that,
I ain't
y'all.
built like that either.
And I would love to delusionally believe
that we are,
built that way.
Yep.
But I know good and damn well.
If someone in person was booing me like that, I would be devastated.
A whole crowd. Girl didn't even blink.
She was like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
she was like,
whoa.
Anyway.
Yeah. And then she goes,
She's like,
and she did great.
You're all poor. She didn't say that.
She don't know who any of you are.
She's like, I don't know why I'm here. I'm a billionaire.
No, literally.
And you're booing me.
You're booing me.
And
no,
then
I thought she did a great job.
Every single joke, and even some loser in the stadium was screaming, leave, in the middle of her telling a joke, and Kim doesn't even blink. I'm like, Kim, what are you made of?
The things that Kim has seen, though, you know that she's seen.
Right. I mean, her husband was Kanye West.
Oh, you know what? That will set you up for anything you could potentially have.
She's real tough.
She's quite tough. If you've been married to that, you are made of steel.
I was actually very proud of her because as a woman, listening to these clearly men boo you and her literally make a clown of them and make them look like dumbasses, and her finishing like a strong woman and walking off without even batting an eye. That's what we need more of. We need women to just give the big fuck you, and Kim is that girl. Also Taylor is too, and that's part of what the problem is. They're both
the head honchos in the world.
They are. They're the head honchos.
And so that's why, things can happen because there's heads do butt. They do be button.
The heads do.
They do be button. But I thought she did a great job with the roast. Honestly, like
I did too.
I was nervous at first because of the booing. I was like, "Fuck, dude." And Kim hasn't to me, she's not the most funny person.
No funny bones.
Like not a funny bone in that body.
Bones.
So the fact that she was able to deliver the jokes and get laughs, I was very impressed.
She did. She also, whenever she was roasting him, she kind of roasted her own self and her own family more than him,
which helps.
It helps.
It helps a lot
because she's like, we've defended way too many athletes.
Oh,
I love the way she talks in it.
Me too. It's very like.
Me and my family, we've defended way too many athletes.
And she's like, you're just like my dad.
You're just like my stepdad.
Yes, like my stepdad. That gagged me too with the Caitlyn jokes were like sending me.
Bruh, if someone was screaming at me, leave, I'd be like, fuck you.
How would you not, if someone was heckling me?
How
could you not want to react to the heckling?
Girl,
I would go fucking crazy.
She literally didn't even skip a beat.
She was like, I'm going to read my teleprompter. I'm going to read that teleprompter. I'm going to read the jokes that we were prepared.
But you tried it.
And she still got through it, and she got applause and laughter. And I was very impressed with her.
I was very impressed with her.
Because I would not.
I was proud of her. I was proud. You can never make me hate Kimberly.
Did you see? You can't make me hate her.
You can't make me hate Kimberly. But I don't hate Taylor. So I'm not like.
But you're also not condoning everything Kim does.
Right.
Like, you just can't.
I just don't hate Kim.
I just don't hate her either. I can appreciate.
And people want me to hate Kim badly.
I know. I don't hate her either. No, it was overall actually a really funny roast.
It was really funny. I feel like Kevin Hart came a little too hard almost, but that's what a roast is.
I mean, that's kind of like what
it's what it is.
It reminds me of Drag Race, when they do the roasts,
anything goes.
Anything really goes.
And Tom Brady knew that they were gonna go.
Tom Brady, when oh my god,
he looks like an alien.
When he was getting red down, there was times where I'm like, he looks like he's gonna cry.
He kind of looked alienistic.
He was like this.
And his face didn't move. I was like, "Are you?"
Didn't move. And then those times I'm like, "Is this man gonna cry right now?"
I also would run off crying if I was being roasted.
Oh, me too. No, me too. I was like, I don't know if I could be the butt of the roast. I just don't think I would survive. But at the end
of the roast, don't you get to go up and do your roast to all the people too?
I didn't see the whole roast. I don't even know.
I didn't either.
I didn't see the whole thing, so I'm not actually even sure about that. But I would hope that you're able to get a rebuttal in.
A rebuttal.
Because that would shred me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, you're going to hit every insecurity I have? Oh.
Okay.
Cool. And just make me a joke?
They should do that to influencers.
I feel like
they should do an influencer roast.
They've totally had an influencer roast before.
We need more of that.
100%.
Then.
I would like to see more.
Where they take the canceled influencers that have a lot of things to roast.
Or roast Tana.
Tana would be great.
Tana roast would be fucking funny.
Trish.
Oh, Trisha would be so
She would be a good
funny to
candidate
roast.
because she would laugh.
Because she would laugh it
She
off
would
and
laugh.
she would have a rebuttal.
Right. She would have a
Like
rebuttal.
she would laugh it off. She would have fun with it.
She would have so with
and
Tana.
unless you yes.
Yeah.
Or like it'd be funny like it's like people everyone's like roasting Tana. It's like Trisha could roast Tana.
Yeah.
Anyone could roast her.
Yeah. Right.
I think it'd be really good.
It would be really good. But anyways, that is our episode of Full Coverage.
Mm-hmm. That was it. That was the whole thing.
That was the whole thing.
That was good. That was fun. It was nice. It's nice to be back. It's nice that we're going back into regular schedule. Regular schedule programming. We'll be here next week as well.
Yup.
You know, if things allow. But it was really good. It's nice to be back. It's nice to be back in the routine too, because I would say after like a vacation,
Yeah.
you kind of feel out of it when you're
I've
back.
been out of it for 2 weeks. I've been living
You
out of a
literally been out of it.
suitcase for 2 weeks.
Literally,
I need
you
to go
actually
home
have.
and unpack now.
You need to actually just like rest.
Yeah.
I think you actually need a fucking rest.
Yeah.
But that's it for you guys. Hope you guys have fun. I'll put timestamps down below from the times we talked of different things. So yeah, that's it for today's episode.
Bye, guys.
We love you. Mwah. Bye.